Okay, so this is 1 month post-op update. Contraption on right now. I'm almost a month post-op, so I was just going to give you guys an update. So as I mentioned before, my lady friend for the month came, so I was not wearing my faja this week. So this was kind of like what I was in. I'm sorry, it's so dark. It's just really bright outside right now. Okay, so I have like two binders on. I have like the regular binder. Okay, and if you guys are wondering how to stuff this stuff, this is what I did. So this is the binder I actually got off of Amazon. I'm trying to take that off. And then, you guys are going to love this. Okay, so then I have my ab board under this shirt. I have two shirts on. And I love these shirts, by the way. I get them at Express. I have my ab board under that one. And then my lipo foam, which a lot of you guys have been asking, like, what should I put under my binder? I got this from my surgeon, and that's what I use. So here, I'll show you kind of what I look like underneath all of that. So this is what I'm looking like right now. Turn sideways. It's flat. I'm still like bloated from having my period, so this is what I'm looking like right now, but everything looks good. As I mentioned in the group, I haven't been, I'm in a group on Facebook. This will be part of my YouTube video, but I don't wear my binder or anything like that at night. So when I get up in the morning, I'm more swollen than I am at the end of the day. Hang on, I'll turn you around so you can see my incision. So don't mind my face. I have like the most horrible, horrific chin breakout in the history of chin breakouts, but I wanted to show you what my incision looked like and what things look like kind of up close. So I'm gonna back up a little bit. Okay, so this is my scar. I did have a mini, so this isn't a full tummy tuck. A full tummy tuck would come out a little bit further on the hips. So this side was kind of weird at first. Don't mind these lines, by the way. That's from my binder. This side was weird. Like, it looked like it was going to be kind of like a dog ear. But as you can see, it's flat, and it's starting to lay down flatter. So I think that's probably going to resolve itself. And then on this side, it's red from the tape. My skin, for whatever reason, on this side just hates my micropore tape. So I give it a rest every couple of days and just put oil on it, and it gets better. But it's kind of, I don't know if you can tell, but it's like kind of like an open, it's almost like a lip of skin. This part's completely closed, but there's just this tiny area over here that's still open. So I am going to show that to him tomorrow and ask about it. You can see right now what I was talking about. My stretch marks are a lot more pronounced when I take my binder off, but as my skin starts to settle down from being compressed, it looks a lot better. So that's what it looks like a couple days before I'm officially a month post-op or 4 weeks post-op. I will update you after my visit with my doctor. I'm hoping he'll clear me to start running. I have been riding my stationary bike like 10 minutes a day on like a really high resistance to make my legs really tired. And then I'm also on my Pilates reformer doing like arm workouts and stuff like that, but nothing too intense. So I'm hoping to up the intensity of my workouts and see how that goes. All right. This is the micropore tape I've been telling everybody about. I just wanted to show you really quick. To try on the bathing suit, this is the view from the side. Okay, and this is the view from the front. I can't believe this bathing suit is hiding my scar. Hooray! Just to give you a quick compare, the left is this past summer and the right is now. Hey guys, so I'm making this video before my actual month video, but it will be a part of my post-op month video from my mini tummy tuck. So I just wanted to come on and sort of like give you guys an idea of like what's helping me recover so quickly, because I'm in a tummy tuck support group on Facebook, which actually has been a godsend, because the one thing they don't tell you when you go through this surgery is that like literally you're going to feel like down. I don't want to say like depressed, because I wouldn't say I was depressed, but for like a couple weeks you're just, I mean, it's a hard surgery. You expect, like, I think we're all like instant gratification, like you want immediate results. And with the tummy tuck, whenever they do it, like you're really swollen. Like you probably look worse after than you did going into it, with the exception of people who have like a whole lot of skin, which I think they tend to be a little bit more happy about their results immediately. But a lot of people, if you're just getting rid of some like loose skin or things like that, it kind of messes with your head a little bit. I mean, everybody, it messes with your head. People swell more, people swell less. Luckily so far I have been doing really well. I haven't swollen that much. I was really swollen like the day after surgery. And then once I got into my compression, once I got my drains out at 5 days post-op, my swelling went down in a major way. And when I don't have compression on, I don't really swell up too bad, but I'm not out of compression for more than like an hour or two at a time. So I'll start off with that, but I wanted to kind of share some things with you guys that have helped with my scar, with swelling, with overall healing. So I did make a list because I always forget. So the first thing that I can say immediately after surgery is my best advice is don't lay around and stay on pain meds for more than like a day or two. I think the reason why I recovered so quickly, and my plastic surgeon and all the nurses said, you know, it's because you didn't just lay around. And I'm not saying like get up, run a marathon, anything like that. But I would say every 2 hours, 1 hour, get up, walk around. Like normally what I would do is just get up, go to the bathroom, throw a load of laundry in, and then go lay right back down. So every hour, obviously not when you're sleeping, but every hour I would recommend getting up. I know it's painful. I know it sucks. Sorry, I had to pause for a second. My little guy came in here. So anyways, don't lay around. And as soon as you can come off of your pain medicine, I would highly recommend it. Not only because it just makes you feel, I don't know, it makes you feel kind of down and like just not good. I think it like makes you more sensitive to like everything that's going on. And quite honestly, like the pain medicine didn't really work that well for me anyways. And I wouldn't say that it was painful. It was just sort of like this really sore feeling. So the sooner you can come off of your pain meds, the better. I will say the muscle relaxers were great. I did stay on those for probably about a week, and sometimes I still use them. I have several left because I just didn't use them all. But if I'm having a hard time sleeping, I'll take them just to kind of help me like relax and knock out. So that's my advice. Tylenol, and honestly, ibuprofen works better than anything that I had. Norco, and I didn't like it. It was okay. I have a whole bottle of it, so if anybody needs some, you can have it. So some of the things that have helped me recover, a few of them I like didn't even realize I was doing because I've always done it, so I didn't realize that it might actually be helping. So I drink this coffee every day. I have since before surgery, and somebody had mentioned like collagen in your coffee, and I've been doing that for like over a year. But I also do the It Works greens. I use those in my coffee just because I eat like a 5-year-old, so I have to kind of help supplement my diet. I also use ketogenic coffee because I don't really eat breakfast in the morning, so I like to have something that fills my stomach up. I know I should eat breakfast, I know. But I put this in my coffee. It has a lot of medium chain triglycerides and stuff like that. But I like to have this in the morning. And then I also put this collagen, this Renew multi-collagen protein. I think it has like 5 different types of collagen sources in it. But I've been using this for a long time. I actually started using this when I injured my shoulder because I had read that like if you use collagen in your coffee and stuff like that, it helps with joints. It's also made my hair grow really long. I mean, like my hair was like here last year. So it's grown a lot, but after reading some things in the forum, I realized like a lot of this stuff is probably helping with my healing and swelling and things like that. So I actually put all 3 of those in my coffee and blend it up in the morning, and I get a really big cup like this. And I just drink it all, and usually I eat like around 11 o'clock, but I have protein shakes. I cooked up a bunch of chicken right before, so I had a lot of protein, because protein's really going to help with your healing. Don't skip meals even if you're not hungry, like even if it's just a little protein shake. It's not going to make you gain weight, it's going to help you heal. So that's one of the things I'll say. Another thing that I would say is a lifesaver, because I had forgotten about these. I had my lipo last year, and I took arnica and bromelain like all the time, and it helped, and I was like one of the people again that didn't swell a lot. So the day after surgery, I was like a balloon. You can go back to like one of my videos on that. And so I ordered these on Amazon, and this is the Highlands Arnica Montana, like that. These are the dissolvable ones that you put under your tongue. You take 4 at a time. I took these 3 times a day religiously for about 2 weeks. I'm not doing the arnica anymore because it's really more for bruising, and I don't have the bruising any longer, but I am still taking the bromelain 3 times a day. I've already ran out of it once and had to reorder it, but it's great, and I really attribute that to like me not swelling. I know some plastic surgeons tell you to use it, some tell you not to. Mine doesn't really care either way, but I just think it works for me, so that's why I have those. Now on to like compression. So I do have a faja. Ant Flow's here this week, so I'm not in the faja. I'm actually in, I'll show you, I've got like this whole getup. I have 2 different binders on, my ab board's on underneath that, and then there's foam underneath that. So that's what I've been wearing this week. So this is a girl thing, but if you get your period, The faja is not the most comfortable thing in the world. Yes, it works really well, but I was in the binder all week this week. I honestly prefer the faja though, because the binder makes me feel like, makes my ribs really sore, whereas the faja doesn't do that. Like, it tends to distribute the compression a little bit better. So I did actually just order a new faja because mine is loose. Like, whenever you can lay down in it and kind of feel like a gap in it, that's when you know it's time to get a new one. And they're not cheap, but I will say if you're not wearing one, I highly recommend wearing one because I really, really think it helps, especially if you had a little bit of lipo. They had to lipo a little bit of my stomach so they could pull the skin down a little bit better. So even if you didn't have lipo, I just think with swelling, it just helps kind of make your body absorb everything and keep you from getting those like pockets of like fluid and all that kind of stuff. So compression I think is like really, really important. And then things that you don't need. Okay, so a lot of people told me I needed a recliner. I didn't have a recliner. I was fine. I did have one of those husband pillows that has like the arms on it, and I put that in my bed with a couple extra pillows over it, and I put a pillow under my legs. I had no problems, and I prefer my bed. I didn't want to sleep away from my husband for weeks at a time, and you really don't need a recliner. I don't care what anybody says. Now, if you have a really extended tummy tuck or like a body lift or something like that, maybe that's the case, but I didn't need one. I had a mini. I even think that if you have just a regular tummy tuck, you probably won't need one. I did buy a step for the side of the bed in case I had trouble getting in and out of the bed, but luckily my bed's not that high off the ground, so that's something you really, really don't need. So, other things, I mean, like, don't buy cheap compression stuff. I know a lot of people like to just wear Spanx or stuff like that, and that's fine if that's what your plastic surgeon tells you to do, but those are the people I see struggling with the most because they just are swelling out of control, and I really, really attribute me not swelling to keeping really good compression on. Fajas are not the most comfortable. Yes, they squeeze the shit out of you, but I think that's why I'm not swelling like some people do swell. As far as the scar, a lot of people have asked me about my scar because it has healed really nicely, which I think a lot of the scar has to do with your plastic surgeon and like their skills in sewing you up. My plastic surgeon's actually a craniofacial surgeon, or he was before he went into like more of the cosmetic stuff. So I attribute that to why my scar looks so good because he's very meticulous. If you're operating on people's faces, you obviously don't want visible scars. So I think that's why my scar looks good. But I will say he had me using micropore tape, or you've heard it as paper tape. It looks like this. You can order it on Amazon. I have like the smaller and the bigger, which I would recommend ordering the 1 inch instead of the 1/2 inch because this is a little too small. So I have a whole nother thing of this coming. I am 3 weeks and so many days post-op right now, but this makes me feel more secure with my scar. I take it off every 3 days, take a shower, clean it off really good. My surgeon has had me take a couple days here and there to pull it off and just let it breathe, and I put bio oil or like coconut oil over it. And then I go right back to the tape. But I think the tape really does a good job of keeping the scar flat. It keeps it from, like expanding, that kind of thing. So I highly recommend the micropore tape. And eventually I will move to the silicone like scar therapy, but I'm not quite there yet because I do still have a couple places that need to close up. So micropore tape, massage. So I'm recommending this if you had lipo with your tummy tuck. I don't know that you necessarily need to do this if you didn't have lipo, but I have this roller. I got it on Amazon. I don't really remember exactly where. It's called a TheraBand roller, if that helps you find it. Every time I take my faja off or my binder off, I roll my stomach, I roll my flanks, because when you have lipo, you get these little pockets of stuff, and they get really hard, and whenever I roll, it does make me bruise, but you absolutely need to roll. You need to put some pressure behind it because it will get rid of those hard spots. I had a really hard spot about this big on my side over here, and then one like right here, and they're already gone. So that's just from me consistently rolling. Now that I'm past like the major swelling, I use this whale massager. You guys have probably seen it in a lot of videos. I use it with this Kapari coconut oil, and I put it on my belly, and I just do like circular motions. It's kind of like lymphatic massage. I'm too cheap to pay for lymphatic massage, so I do my own, but I do this probably like once every few days. And again, this helps. It actually feels, it hurts at first, but then like after you do it, it actually feels really good. And my skin's not real hard anymore. Like things are starting to loosen up. So I attribute that to me doing this. So, last thing, drink a shit ton of water. Like anytime you have any major surgery, you need to be well hydrated, because if you're not drinking water constantly, your body's going to hold on to it, and that's I would attribute that to like major swelling. So this, I use these cups all, this is probably like a 3-week-old cup, but I like these really big cups from like Dunkin' or places like that. I fill this up probably 5 times a day. I drink the crap out of water. But it helps with healing. Your body will let go of the water that's making you swell and kind of just help you heal. So just really stay hydrated. So those are my tips. I know this is kind of long-winded, but I just wanted to throw it all out there because I have been getting a whole lot of questions about all of this. So if you have any other questions, leave them in the comments. I hope this is helpful. I will include the video after I have my 1-month visit, and then I'll give you a few more updates of like what things are looking like. So almost 1 month post-op. Things are going really well. I have started back to working out too. I don't know if I told you guys that. Not anything like overly crazy. I've been getting on my stationary bike a little bit. I've done some really, really modified Beachbody workouts, but when I say modified, I'm literally the person that's like barely lifting their legs. It's sort of comical. But I think that that's really helping me to feel really good too. And I'm back to work. I've been back to work since 5 days post-op, but I did actually go into the office this past week for the first time in almost 3 weeks. But it can be a little tricky trying to hide your faja. So I've been wearing long flowy dresses with like vests and stuff like that just so people don't see all of my compression. But I'm planning to be in compression for about 3 more weeks, and then I'm throwing all of it in the trash because I'll be over it. But let me know if this is helpful. If you guys have any other questions, leave them down below. Thanks. I came into my kids' bathroom because the lighting in here is a little better. So this is officially 4 weeks post-op. I did just come out of my binder, so I do have some like weird lines. I will show you, and disregard any hairiness. I haven't. These are like the silicone strips. I'm gonna pull them off. I just started these today, so, and the only reason why I started them is because everything's closed and looking pretty good. Whoop. Okay. They don't hurt, by the way, and you can reuse them. I use the new gel ones. I got them before my surgery on some site. Okay, so this is me 4 weeks post-op. I just took my binder off. You can see the muscle definition. It's the same on this side, but just the way the light's hitting me right now, it looks like it's on this side. I'm really pumped about that because I used to have definition up there. I can't wait to get these 2 abs back, but I haven't been able to work out much. But this is what I'm looking like. I'm really, really happy with the way it looks. The scar actually looks a lot darker. Sorry, I have to bend down so you can see what the scar looks like. The scar looks a lot darker than it does in person, and it actually looks really, really good. So I'm hoping through the scar therapy it'll just kind of lighten it up before summer. This is me from the side. What you're seeing here is bruising from me rolling. I have a couple hard spots here that I've just been trying to work out, so it gets bruised whenever I roll it at night. So that tends to happen. Same thing on this side. This is the other side. Really, really flat. Looking pretty good. Hang on, I'll turn you around. So, sorry, the light's like putting weird colors on my glasses. Anyways, so like I was saying, everything's healing really nicely. Swelling is really at a minimal. I'm kind of like wearing my binder for like 15 to 12 hours a day now, so not nearly as much. I don't really wear it at night. I usually take it off around like 7 or 8 o'clock before bed, and I usually just lay in bed and watch TV. And then when I get up, I put my garment, my binder, and all that stuff back on. So I usually do my foam, and then my ab board, then I put on my faja, and then sometimes like if I need a little extra compression on the bottom of my stomach, I'll throw my binder around that just to tighten up the bottom. I have big ribs, so it tends to make my faja tighter at the top and not as tight at the bottom, so that's why I do that. I was supposed to go see my plastic surgeon today for my 4-week checkup, but we had bad weather, so I rescheduled for next week, so I figured I'd go ahead and make this video and post it. I did send him pictures of my incision. He said it looked really nice. I asked if I could do more vigorous exercise. He told me I couldn't run yet, but that I could up the intensity a little bit and just wait until like 6 weeks. So today I did an incline workout on my treadmill. I've been riding my stationary bike with like a high, what's the word? Resistance, sorry, with a high resistance to make my legs really tired, and I have been doing like 6-pound weights with my arms, my shoulders, and all that. I've also used my Pilates reformer because it doesn't require any like high impact, so I've been using that to work my chest and my back. So I'm trying to stay in shape. Oh, I told you guys I would do this. So my weight going into surgery, and I was probably like 5 or 6 pounds over what I've been lately because it was Christmas season and New Year's and all that. So of course I indulged when I probably should have been working out. And just so you know, I do usually work out like 5 or 6 days a week. That's like a normal thing for me. But the month of December was not kind and I was very lazy and I ate a lot. So I did gain 5 pounds. So going into surgery, I weighed 163 pounds. When I weighed this morning, I weighed 159. So I think the swelling is starting to die down. I think with some of the exercise I've been doing, and I have been exercising since like the second week, not like a lot. Like the first week I took it really easy, just doing a little bit of the bike. This week, and the third week and fourth week, I've been incorporating more weights and like just walking inclines and doing the bike. And I think it's starting to really help me. Not taking arnica anymore. I finished the bromelain today. I'm not going to reorder it. We'll just see how that goes. At this point, I don't really think I need it. I think my body's pretty much over like the big swelling. I do notice I have swelling towards the end of the day, but it's not terrible. And actually, my stomach looks better at night than it does in the morning. I don't know why. So this is my 4-week update. Pain is, I don't really have pain. I just have discomfort when I swell a little bit. But overall, I'm feeling really good. I'm actually about to get ready to go watch my son's academic challenge match, so I'm going to try to put on a pair of jeans. I'll let you guys know how that goes. But this is my 4-week update. If you guys have any questions, leave them down below.